The trouble with me doing a bike review is I tend to get infatuated with every bike I ride, unless it's truly horrible or so bland that it's completely forgettable. But I can put your minds at ease straight away. The Kawasaki W800 isn't horrible, and it isn't bland. In fact, it's rather nice.
So Noam, why did you end up buying the W800?
Because it's different from what I had. The V-Strom was great. I loved it. I was surfing for the Royal Enfield.
Right.
And surfing, and up a picture of the W800 shows up. Oh, that looks like
Yeah.
I was aware of the W800. But the ad said they wanted to trade for a V-Strom.
Perfect.
Or a KLR or a similar bike.
Yeah.
Anyone watching this already knows that the W800 has an air-cooled parallel twin engine, and probably already knows more about the technical details of the bike than I do, so I'm going to stick to my feelings and impressions. I have no interest or desire to influence anyone's prospective purchase either way. When you're reading those specs, don't be put off by the Kawasaki's weight. The data says it weighs 489 pounds, but if that's true, they're the lightest pounds I've ever encountered. Admittedly, I just jumped off my 870-pound behemoth, but the W800 feels light and agile. Poodling along through built-up areas, it's very calm and controllable. It's not a fast bike. Nobody's going to buy the W800 if they want to rip around at sport bike speeds. Not that anyone should be on public roads, but it has an undeniable old-school charm. I haven't ridden any of the parallel twin Triumphs or the modern Royal Enfield twins, but I have a feeling that the Kawasaki feels more like an old British bike from the 1960s than either. Vibrations make their way to the handlebars at all engine speeds, being most noticeable at around 3500 RPM. In fifth gear, at 80 km an hour or 50 miles an hour, the engine's turning at a lazy 2800 RPM. At 120 km an hour, or a shade under 75 miles an hour, it's spinning at a relaxed 4200 RPM, and is pleasantly smooth, with plenty of go available. As for the brakes, the suspension and the controls, I didn't really notice them. The brakes worked when I applied them. The ride was smooth enough, so I suppose the forks and rear springs were doing their thing, and the hand controls and gear shift worked as I expected them to work. Admittedly, I'm not very fussy or subtle when it comes to such things, but nothing stood out as problematic or disconcerting. There were a few little things that I noticed that really pleased me. First of all, that engine is drop-dead gorgeous, a real eye-catcher, and the sound under acceleration is delightful without being obnoxious. The polished aluminum wheels are lovely, although some people might be put off by the discovery that they have tubes inside. But it's subtle little things like the heel guard on the shifter side to prevent you from burning your boots on the exhaust, the elegant front fork end, and the quality of the chrome on the silencers that really show what this bike's about. On the negative side, I did find the seat tended to tip me forwards towards the tank a little. Perhaps a shorter person might not experience this, but at 6'2" I did. It's not a showstopper though, and it would be a simple matter to raise the front of the seat a fraction. And when everything else on the bike felt so quality, I was surprised to find the designs on the tank and side panels were stick-on transfers. Surely Kawasaki could have found a less tacky way to emblazon their machine. So who's going to buy a bike like this? I suspect most buyers will be looking for a modern bike that has all the character and feel of an old Brit, but without the leakiness, the unreliability, and the constant need for servicing. They're not after a road rocket, and will probably spend most of their time bumbling along country roads, heading for the coffee shop or pub to meet up with old friends. But they want to know their bike is equally capable of rolling down the freeway or motorway at highway speeds without feeling stressed or unstable. The Kawasaki W800 combines the appearance and feel of a classic motorcycle with the convenience and reliability of a modern bike. It's not a bike for everyone, but if that's what you're looking for, it may just suit you perfectly. Please subscribe, like, or leave me a comment. I have multiple motorcycle books available through Amazon in digital and paperback formats, and through Amazon and Audible as audiobooks. Thanks for watching and for your continued support. Stay well.